it's a really big topic, and we just wrote a nice content piece about it. The do more with less concept.
Yeah.
Right? It's tough. There's layoffs, there's hiring freezes, there's budget freezes, and the people that are left are just required to keep everything going. You need to, and we need to do better. We need to do, you need to get this product out. You need to launch it. It needs to bring in revenue, but you don't have as many people to help you do it anymore. So you need to manage this really well. And we have that same saying in beta testing. It's not everyone has a full-fledged team. Like, you don't have the beta program manager with a coordinator to help them go through the feedback, or a support person. We're seeing data that supports product managers having to pick up and do beta testing themselves. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They might have to be able to kick some stuff over to a QA or an engineer or somebody, but they're having to go find these people and talk to them. And it's good. I think it's really good, because that establishing the connection with your customer is huge, but it's a tall order, right? How am I supposed to do this with few resources? What's the advice that you're giving for people that need to do more with less?
Oh boy, Chris, you're nailing it. Speaking of trends, and to that question, I see so often product managers are under more and more pressure to make more accurate decisions more quickly. Like, they have to do it faster. So increasing the probabilities for success. And that's what every business leader wants. And the recommendations we make to get you there are, you don't rely on instinct and opinion. You need fact and evidence to support those decisions, to be accurate and to act quickly. To kind of both of those areas. And those sources of information comes from so many different places. But what happens so easily is people focus on what they can control. Instead of looking outward, they look inward. And that immediately closes them off a little bit from very important bits of information, whether it's qualitative information that they collect from user conversations, observations, or qualitative information from formal UAT or a beta testing program or something. It's we need to be very open to this. And then it's up to the product manager. It's more of the art than it is the science to derive insight and meaning from it and turn it into something useful. So a lot of what we do at the 280 group is help guide people to those ways to collect it, but not only collect it, how do you use it and make it work for you?
Yeah. And even to that point, it's, people ask like what we deliver confidence, right? That you're making the right decisions. We're delivering the ability to assess risk. We're delivering the ability to be strategic, to build your strategic credibility within the organization. And, a lot of times the beta test or the beta program is an invaluable part of that strategy, because you're trying to mitigate risk and you're validating, it's that question we have in our courses is that we call the product market fit triad. Is it valuable? Is it viable? Is it feasible? And so what we're trying to do is validate is it valuable, right? Are we delivering on our promise? And so, I harp on this in our course and in our workshops of, hey, do you got a plan? And with that plan, do you have goals? Who's going to manage that? Who's going to take the feedback? And then what are your metrics? How do you know that you were successful? And it's that fundamental practice of discipline, you can basically apply it in every stage of the product management lifecycle. And beta testing is really no different. You just got to have a plan. Tell me why. Tell me who. How will you know? Did we get value from this particular exercise? Demonstrate that to me.